Magical Realism, Rodolfo Anya's Bless Me. This PowerPoint will introduce magical realism for background knowledge of Bless Me. Magical realism can be traced to German author Franz Kafka's Metamorphosis, which we will read in this class. In 1925, German author Franz Roh tagged the phrase magical realism, giving magical realism international recognition and paving the way for Arturo to spread magical realism throughout Latin and South America. Look at this piece by the magical realist artist Franz Radziwill. It is titled The Strike. It is not the greatest quality, but one can note the dreamy-looking state. No people, kind of a distorted perception. This piece by Franz Radziwill is simple. It is titled The Object in the Morning. What is the object? What is in the sky? This picture looks simple at first, but a closer view, one will notice the dream qualities and the distortion of perception. Magical realism has influenced many different artists, such as the great rock band Pink Floyd and their album cover Animals in 1977, with the floating pigs in the sky representing zeppelins. Likewise, George Orwell's dystopian society of animals in control could be related to magical realism. Magical realism has also influenced surrealism artists such as Salvador Dali. This is a famous Dali surrealist painting, Persistence of Memory. One immediately notices the dream characteristics of the melting clouds. Now Dali's work looks like a distant place. Magical realism was concerned with reality, adding magical dreaming characteristics to reality. Magical realism. The ordinary is miraculous and the miraculous is ordinary. Magical elements appear in otherwise realistic settings. Combination of physical reality and psychological reality. Magical realism is different from fantasy. It remains grounded in the real world, unlike Narnia and Middle-earth. Stretches the definition of realism and reality. Not so much a belief, but a lack of disbelief. Power lies not in answers, but in questions. A further definition could be the frame or surface of the work may be conventionally realistic, but contrasting elements invade the realism and change the whole basis of the art, making it magical by adding the supernatural, a myth, dream qualities, or fantastical qualities. Commonalities of magical realism. Magical realism uses juxtaposing views, simply put, like the yin and yang, but magical. Everything has its counter, and magical realism attempts to combine the two counters, which creates the magic. Dreaming, waking, life, death, civilized, life. Hyperbole, one of your literary terms, is simply an exaggeration that becomes so exaggerated it becomes magical, which engages the reader and forces questioning. Landscape plays a role in magical realism. Its vast, mysterious terrain, snow-capped mountains to volcanoes and Amazon waterfalls stretching from Mexico down to the tips of Argentina. Native influence, the blend of the old mystical culture with the colonization and Christianity. In 1911, Hiram Bingham rediscovered Machu Picchu. This was a decade before magical realism took off. And it was a really, really high point in world history of people wanting to know the unknown and figure out the unknown and question the unknown. Magical realism came about at the right time for the world. These are a few of the magical realism authors we will read in this class. Furthermore, these next two slides are about Rodolfo Anya's Bless Me Ultima. Please note that these two slides are on this PowerPoint. We will come back to them as we progress into the book. Please be aware they're here.